This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by DVCBuyResale.com. DVC Buy Resale is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view the current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts, all by going to www.dvcbuyresale.com. Or better yet, why don't you give Chantel a call, who's the owner, at 1-800-844-4099.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, October 26th, 2007, and this is episode 327 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hochberg from the new StudioCentral.com. From the old Mouse World Radio, it's Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
It's very old.
Yes, very old, but still kicking.
Still running.
And not letting the man keep him down, it's Len Tessa, co-author of The Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, Len.
Fight to power, Matt.
And the man who invented the man, it's Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com and All Ears Net. Welcome, Mike.
And Matt, the man who doesn't have a podcast opening tonight, but instead would like to throw a shout-out to a friend of the show, Amy Stoll, who today has started her first of a 3-day 60-mile walk for breast cancer in Dallas-Fort Worth, and I'd just like to wish her the best of luck.
Good luck, Amy.
Good luck. Where will she end up if she starts in Dallas-Fort Worth?
She will actually end up in South Fork Ranch, where they filmed Dallas.
Oh, how ironic. They don't film Dallas in Dallas.
Dun, 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 dun. So, I got your irony is not lost upon me, Len.
Thank you, man. I was going to say, going back, you could have said that Scopa was the man when the man was a boy.
Even better. Line of the day.
Very good.
Fabulous.
Very good.
So on today's show, we're doing a continuation of last week's show where we talked about, actually I think it might have been last week or 2 weeks ago, where we talked about scary restaurants. What we mean by scary restaurants are restaurants that many park guests are afraid to go to because of the cuisine that's offered there or the location. And, you know, before we even get into this, I was thinking before we started recording, guys, when a lot of people are scared of restaurants because of the type of food they offer, because they're afraid that it's not going to be food they're going to enjoy, if you've noticed one continual theme among all Disney World restaurants is, generally speaking, and there are exceptions to this, but for the most part, the food that they offer here is a little toned down from perhaps it's the same food that you'd find in its native country. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's actually a term for it.
Oh?
It's called ethnic food. Ethnic. Like
yes.
ethnic, Epcot ethnic. I didn't make it up.
Car crash. But I think a lot of people, you know, they assume that they're gonna. I think a lot of people do sit down at these when they envision themselves at these restaurants, you know, ordering something that's gonna have like eel and you know musk, you know, like combined
Are
or
you
something.
getting out of the coral reef tank? What are you ordering? Eel
Squid, eel, and
You're not supposed to eat that stuff when you're diving in the tank, right?
But I mean, a lot of people, I think, you know, expect that kind of food, and generally, I mean, Disney's not stupid. They're not going to put the most eccentric type of dish out there. They're going to put something that most people are generally going to enjoy, and I think they do a good job. So, you know, when in doubt, give Disney World the benefit of the doubt when making reservations, and maybe once a trip, book something different, somewhere I haven't eaten before, or order something different. You know, kind of an exploratory meal, if you will.
Like you're Pershing in World War I heading to Europe. You're the Expeditionary Force. That's nice.
sounds like a colostomy. Well, you said exploring, you know. I don't know.
Isn't it funny how I do the obscure historic reference, and Scopa always goes to like middle-aged health problems.
So one restaurant that we didn't talk about in the last show was Boma at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I've only eaten here for breakfast, so I mean breakfast food was pretty tame in terms. I mean, you know, you're gonna have they had some interesting variations on breakfast fare, but what have you guys found in terms of Boma? Because I put this as a not so scary restaurant. I think this is definitely worth trying out. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I love Boma.
Yeah, it's great.
For dinner is only mildly more adventurous than breakfast. They've got a beige menu. The whole bar set up with beige menu food for kids. So it's got chicken fingers and mac and cheese and stuff like that, and pasta without sauce on it. But they do a couple of really good roasted meats. Yeah, so hand carved roasted meats every night. the dessert offerings are better than most. And I think the appetizers are still very, very good as well. So
It's a really terrific restaurant.
yeah, I think so too.
I mean, if I could go every trip, that would be like right at the top
you
of
can
my
get
list.
in. Yeah, good luck.
One of not necessarily the top, but close to the top.
So certainly that's a not so scary restaurant.
No,
Another restaurant is California Grill.
I think people don't. People are afraid of the Pan Asian cuisine there, the sort of the influences that they have. But I don't think it's nearly as bad. I mean, essentially it's sushi and a lot of fish. There's not a whole lot of scary things on the menu. Would you say?
Yeah,
so?
I mean,
there's not really a whole lot there that I would say is terrifying.
I mean, I had let me see, what did I have? I had the strip steak, and that was very good. It wasn't.
But I mean, it's a steak. I mean, how scary is a steak?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm saying is that if you're scared of the other stuff that they offer, like I don't know what they offer. They offer like snake in the grass, double crunch rainbow roll, hurricane roll, California roll. They, all kinds of weird sushi things. They still have on the menu, your regular stuff like.
Listen,
steak.
there's always going to be a fillet. There's always going to be a vegetarian option. There's always going to be something safe. At least one safe option everywhere.
You know what always scares? What's always scared me about California Grill has been the price, not so much the food.
Yeah, really.
Exactly.
So this is for food. It's not so scary, but for price, if you got Tesla kind of cash, I mean, why not?
You got the mad money.
Another restaurant that's a good or rather a restaurant that's kind of on the scary list is Spoodles at the Boardwalk. I
think it's good. So breakfast again here, very tame. It's your standard bacon, eggs, cheese, waffle type place. The dinners are just only slightly more different. It's a Mediterranean cuisine, but I don't think it's anything much beyond what you would get at your local neighborhood Italian restaurant in terms of flavors, right?
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, you get
I've enjoyed
more olives than
It's great. I was just saying. Go ahead, Lon. Sorry.
That was it. I was just gonna say yeah.
I've eaten here a couple times. It's been great. I think they have various different options in there, and again, I think a lot of times people see Mediterranean, and I don't know, they think Black Olive City with tons of
hummus. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, there is more to it, and it is a good opportunity to try out new food. I really enjoy it. I think it's a great scope. What's your opinion of it?
I love it. I'm actually trying to figure out a way I can eat there on. Let's see, is it for the marathon trip? I'm trying to convince. I'm trying to convince a friend of mine coming over from England to try and have dinner with me there on Sunday night, a week from this Sunday, because it's been almost a year since I've eaten there, and I really, like Glenn said, it's basically your Italian. It's a little bit of an Italian restaurant. It's Mediterranean. The appetizers, the starter, the entrees, they're great. I mean, pork chop, kebabs.
I mean, it's all basic food. Yeah.
Yeah, pasta. You can have fish.
Pasta,
I mean,
exactly.
Great.
I've never had the fish there. Is that any good?
I haven't had the fish there. I think they only have I think they offer shrimp and they offer red snapper, but that's about it. I think I've had the oak-fired steak kebabs. They're pretty good.
I see a trend developing here.
Yes.
They
do have calamari. They do have calamari. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
There you go.
Other than the California Grill, we've talked about a few hotel restaurants, resort restaurants that might be scary. Those would be Keepmate Cafe, which I didn't understand for the life of me. But what about some of the fancy schmancy high-end restaurants? Have you guys ever been to Victoria and Albert's?
No.
The thing that scares me about it is just the dressing up part. I can definitely eat the food, and I'm not worried about using my hands or dropping a fork or something like that. I do know that they've stopped requiring you to refer to the waitstaff as Victoria and Albert. They're going by their own names now, so I guess that little one-trick pony has died. But I've heard nothing but good things about the food. The two things that would intimidate me would be the atmosphere and then the prices, which I think for the chef's table you're looking somewhere in the $125 to $150 per person range plus wine pairings. That's like a week's worth of groceries, man. I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, $125.
You're right.
It's not a week. It's not a week, but it might be 5 days. So
Certainly a lot.
that would be scary to me. I mean, in terms of what about the lounge like Kimonos? Have you guys been over there? They have some really good sushi.
Yes, I've been there. I have never eaten there, but I've been there. It's very popular. It's always packed.
That's because you sing. You go there to sing. You don't go there to eat.
Fabulous. That's good to the same. I've been there. I wonder if we could talk about. I'm not sure if this would be one. Pepper Market at Coronado Springs.
I
because of
love
the way
Pepper Market. Hannah loves Pepper Market. There's nothing wrong with that.
But I think some people may, they see Pepper Market and they don't understand. It's a different kind of. I guess would you call it quick service, Len? I don't know. It's
definitely like a mini food court because
it's a tweener.
Yeah, it is. It's not like the food court at Caribbean Beach where you've got defined storefronts, each serving a different thing. Here it's more like your average grocery store where you've got a meat section and you've got a bakery section, but they're all essentially one store. Same type of setup there. You sort of go from glass front case to glass front case, and they have different things there. They've got pastries, they've got a variety of hot cooked things for breakfast. They've got the standard waffles, eggs, bacon, stuff. They've got pastries, they've got other stuff. But they'll do fresh baked omelets for you. For lunch and dinner, they offer a different Southwest theme hot special every night, as well as everything from pizza to burritos. So I really liked it quite a bit, and they have pasta and everything there too. I think it's
what's nice. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think they do really well with given the limited size they have. They really put out a lot of variety there.
I think that was my point. When you go there, it's one of those restaurants where you can go to that you can pretty much have whatever you want. You're not limited to any. I mean, you're limited to the selections, but there are so many. You go to, like you said, one of the pods or whatever you want to call it, and say, yeah, I think I'd like that. This whatever. I like this salad, or I'd like this chicken parmesan. I like this, or whatever.
And they'll do it. Yeah.
They will stamp your ticket with a certain icon or whatever. And then you pay on your way out. You just bring your ticket on your way out, and you pay out at the cashier. It's very unique.
The payment system, I think, could be improved a little bit, but the food is certainly better than most. I definitely like it better than I like any of the value food courts.
Yeah, I agree.
What about Raglan Road? Does anyone think Raglan Road is scary? I mean, I think it's fabulous. We got to go there next week, by the way.
I've never been there.
Oh, you're missing
I've been
out.
there. I don't think it's scary at all.
No.
You've never been to Raglan Road, Scopa?
Nope.
Oh, we're dragging them.
You've never been to Raglan?
Nope.
Oh God. Yeah, we're going. We can't go. We got to go Thursday or Saturday night.
Make the ADR.
Thursday.
Let's go Thursday after Epcot.
Thursday.
All right, I'll buy the beers. We won't go Thursday night.
Thursday.
Done.
Done. Okay.
I'm there.
And we have an agreement. All right. So if any of our listeners are around Raglan Road next Thursday, October 25th, we'll.
Oh, no, they won't hear this because this is the Friday show.
Oh well, so much for that. So if
And Len
that was a great meal,
And Len
wasn't
was
it?
buying.
right, I'll still be buying. So anyway,
It took us forever to get Len off that chandelier. God.
damn. You got up there. You wanted to dance. I'm the redhead. What the? hell? Anyway.
I thought you were engaged, Matt. Last night. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, this episode.
That about does it for me, anyway.
This episode of Walt Disney World Today has been sponsored by DVCBuyResale.com, which is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view their current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts, all by going to www.dvcbuyresale.com or email Chantel, who's the owner, at info@dvcbuyresale.com. If you'd like to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, why don't you visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions@wdwtoday.com. For Len Teston, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.